Welcome back to WIS News Primetime. Tonight we meet people making a difference in Kershaw County. United Way recognized 3 local leaders for their lifelong service and impact.
Jamie and Francis Guy received the Jake Watson Award for Community Service. Dr. Cindy Derringer was posthumously honored with the Caring Hearts Award. And Ann Davis was named the Ann Dallas Volunteer of the Year.
We have a recipient and representatives for other recipients joining us to tell us about these awards and their impacts. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Quite an honor. So I think for those maybe just who aren't familiar, can you just kind of give us a synopsis of what this means?
Sure. We have 3 major awards that we give each year, and they're earned by folks who really don't want to be recognized, but we recognize them anyway because they really deserve that recognition. The awards are named after folks who served many years ago at our United Way, and then there are folks that we're recognizing this year that have earned that because of their leadership and volunteerism in our community.
Yeah, all right. So give us kind of a rundown of each award. It's standing for different things, obviously, and different areas of leadership, but what can you tell us about that?
So I'm here to kind of represent Cindy Derringer. Dr. Derringer passed away a year or so ago, and we named a new award. Jake Watson was one of the guys that really served a whole lot here, but Cindy, the award is named after William and Katie Canty, and they are consummate volunteers in our community who have done so many great things for us. So we named the award after them, and it's the Caring Hearts Award because they actually host a dance that we have, and we really have appreciated their service. So Cindy served our community incredibly, both in life and as she passed. She left so much to so many different organizations, including our United Way, so we wanted to recognize her.
Absolutely. We have some of our recipients here and representatives, so I would love to hear just a little bit about kind of your heart and your why as to why it's so important to you to give back to the community.
Well, I am here representing Ann Davis, who was one of this year's award winners for the Ann Dallas Award. And one thing that I learned through this award was that Ann Dallas was one of a kind. And so this award category was named after her. And so it's a pretty big deal to be selected for that. But Ann Davis is the epitome of that spirit and that energy of that award. She gives to everybody that she meets. Not one person that she encounters doesn't feel her presence, whether she's in the room or whether she's working behind the scenes. And she is, I serve on a board with her to support United Way, and she's taught me so much about leadership and what it means to give that it felt great to be able to honor her.
Yeah, so many giving hearts and volunteers that have made such a big difference over the years. Honoring them in that way is just incredible. And Jamie, we saw you as one of the honorees, so congratulations.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you. Actually, my wife and I were both honored.
Yes.
Donnie kind of slipped that on us.
Yeah.
we didn't know about it, but anyway, yeah, my wife has done a lot of volunteer for CCM, Food for the Soul, and various organizations. And for the last 25 years or so, I've been a guardian ad litem in the state, and that's been a blessing for me to be able to help those children who are taken by law enforcement and put in foster homes. I got started in it back in the late 1990s when somebody came to my Rotary Club and spoke about the program. And about that time, my first granddaughter was born. And I looked at her and looked at what advantage she had, and then I remembered what the coordinator said about the children that were just having abuse and neglect. And so I said, well, I think I can do that. So that's what I've done the last 25 years or so.
Oh, outstanding.
It's been crazy.
Absolutely. And I know you said it so well whenever most of these people being recognized don't want to be recognized, and they're not in it for the recognition at all. But why is it important to shine a light, just say thank you to the people doing so much?
A couple things. One is we remember the folks that were here in the past. So Jake Watson was the treasurer for our United Way for 17 years before we had staff. So back a long time ago. And so he served greatly. Ann Dallas was head of the Mental Health Association for probably 20 years, mostly volunteer. At the end, they were paying her a little teeny bit, but nothing for what she was doing. And these folks that we recognize, incredible folks. Ann Davis was a teacher for over 40 years and now still serves our community in incredible ways. She's on my board, as Yolanda mentioned. And it's great to recognize Jamie would never, I mean, most of the people in Rotary don't know that he was a guardian ad litem, and it's crazy good to recognize them, but also to inspire our community to raise up to their standards. So Dr. Derringer, many people knew her as a doctor, but in the ER, but not in the community for all that she did. So it's a way to say thank you to them as well.
Well, again, thank you for all that you do and all the work that United Way does. Great that these so many just outstanding servants are being honored, and we appreciate you coming on tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
You bet. All right, we'll be right back with more Prime Time after this.